playground, a symbol of youth and joy. Many of us may remember visiting playgrounds just like this one when we were young, perhaps with family members or friends, and we were always told to not take any candy from strangers, to not go somewhere with someone we don't know, to yell for help if we were scared. But when it comes to child sexual abuse, according to the Children's Advocacy Center of Hidalgo County, 99% of the time, children are abused by someone they know and trust. When you speak with victims who have been abused, there are similarities. The victims describe what has happened to them in a way the victim of a theft or robbery might speak, as if something physical has been taken away from them, never to be seen again. But for child victims of sexual abuse, this runs much deeper. It is their innocence that is stolen. Child sexual abuse has recently come to the forefront of the national discussion, with the recent Jerry Sandusky case sending shockwaves throughout the country and the world.
Do you have anything to say to the victim?
From a shell-shocked college community in central Pennsylvania, over 18,000 miles away to the tip of South Texas, here in the Rio Grande Valley, where we live in an isolated area with a rising number of sexual predators. One recent search on the sex offender registry turned up over 1,000 in Hidalgo County alone.
If you don't know somebody affected by this issue, then you're not looking closely enough.
Dr. Margaret DeWitt is currently a criminal justice professor at the University of Texas at Brownsville, but her background includes 22 years in clinical and forensic pathology, performing over 3,000 autopsies. Her perspective is unique in that she has seen the end of the consequential line when it comes to child abuse in all its forms. Her testimony in the horrific John Allen Rubio case that shook the valley in 2009 was key to conviction. And Dr. DeWitt sees abuse as a cycle that continues to repeat itself.
The actual brain trauma that children experience from witnessing violence, from being victims of sexual abuse and neglect, physical abuse and neglect and so forth, actually affects the developing brain. And so why do we question now the science is out there, that abuse basically begets abuse?
But through the effective reporting process, this cycle can be stopped. The steps for reporting begin with the Child Protective Services Program. Ms. Marina Izaguirre is the program administrator here in Hidalgo County.
The law says that anybody over the age of 18 is required to report, and I think that's a misconception amongst the community. A lot of people think, well, you know, I'm not even related to that child. I don't have to report. Or, I mean, I don't see that child every single day. I'm not his teacher. Why should I report it? Well, everybody legally is required to report.
One of the statistics unique to the Rio Grande Valley is the number of Latin American children removed from their home is more than twice that of native children who were removed for sexual abuse. 81% of children of immigrants live with a non-citizen parent, and nearly 50% live with an undocumented parent. Some reports hypothesize that the reason for many child sexual abuse cases going unreported is due to the fear that services are not available to them because of their legal status, or the fear of consequence of lack of that legal status. This is a fear that Ms. Izaguirre says is completely unfounded.
There are a lot of families that are hesitant to report abuse and neglect because they know the family is undocumented. Let's say it's one undocumented person, they're hesitant about reporting the other one because they don't want to get them in trouble with, you know, with Border Patrol or immigration, but we have nothing to do with that. Our law does not discriminate.
The path to reporting abuse may seem challenging at times, but one must not be afraid to do so if they believe a child that they know is being sexually abused. In Part 2 of Innocence Stolen, we'll explore the steps to prosecution, speak with the victim, and talk to people who are paving the path to hope for those dealing with this issue.